New Congress set to be sworn in next year. Comes new leadership. Republicans held votes today.
House Republicans have elected Kevin McCarthy to lead their conference's minority leader next Congress. McCarthy, currently the number 2 House Republican, defeated Ohio Republican Jim Jordan 159-43. There won't be any change at the top in the Senate. Both Republican leader Mitch McConnell and Democratic leader Chuck Schumer won closed-door party elections without opposition. If there is to be drama, it could come from House Democrats, though Nancy Pelosi says she's confident she will have the votes when Democrats vote after Thanksgiving. On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Social media company Snap has been subpoenaed in relation to a class action lawsuit stemming from its 2017 initial public offering. The suit claims Snap misled investors about its user growth before going public. Target's Twitter account is in the bullseye of hackers.
Hackers were able to briefly take over the chain's Twitter account, sharing a tweet promising to give away 5,000 Bitcoin to customers, explaining, "We present cryptocurrency payments for your purchases in our store and want to celebrate this event with all users." The scam first kicked off with trolls creating fake accounts impersonating tech billionaire Elon Musk, asking users to send a small amount of Bitcoin in order to receive more. Target acknowledging the account was inappropriately accessed for half an hour, explaining, "We are in close contact with Twitter, have deleted the tweet, and have locked the account while we investigate further." Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
A large drop-shaped natural pearl pendant has sold for $32 million at an auction of jewelry that once belonged to French Queen Marie Antoinette, which Sotheby's is calling a record price for a pearl at auction. The Queen Marie Antoinette's pearl, a diamond and pearl pendant, was among the highlight offerings on the block at the Sotheby's sale of jewelry from the Bourbon-Parma dynasty. I'm Lisa Lacera, and this is Fox News.
The story you're about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the hungry.
Thursday, October 1st, 12:14 p.m. We just picked up Louis Lightfingers Johnson on a shoplifting rap. My partner Frank and I were both pretty hungry. Needed a place to eat fast so we could get Louis back to the station for interrogation.
Jeez, Joe, we really got to find a place to eat. I'm starving.
Well, I would, but all I can find are fast food joints. I'm not too crazy about eating a greasy burger right now.
Well, we got to eat somewhere.
You coppers, if you each had half a brain combined, you'd still only have half a brain. You had to stop over to Miller's Hoagies, Route 144 in Milesburg.
Listen, pal, any more lip out of you and
Hang on, Frank. I think he's got something here.
Miller's Hoagies is a great place to eat if you're on the go. They haven't been around since 1953 for nothing. They always got great tasting food. The signature hoagies are terrific, like the regular ham, beef, turkey, tuna, or meatball hoagies, plus hearty cheesesteaks, salads, and fries.
Well, what do you think, Joe?
I think it's a great idea. Let's head to Miller's Hoagies right now.
Yeah, of course, you guys are gonna grab me something from Miller's Hoagies too, right?
No.
Jeez, talk about police brutality.
Miller's Hoagies, Route 144 in Milesburg, serving a tradition of excellent food since 1953.
At 106.3 FM, this is the all-new WBLF AM and FM. Depend on it.
Live from Washington, D.C., fast-paced, smart talk, what's trending, and breaking news as it happens. It's Benson and Harf with Guy Benson and Marie Harf.
It is Wednesday, November 14th. 8 days until Thanksgiving. Get your grocery lists ready for that big day. I'm Marie Harf. This is Benson and Harf. Thank you for joining tonight. You all know that Guy Benson, my friend and co-host, is off this week working in Switzerland. We have a great crew who's been helping me out. Tomorrow, Jason Chaffetz will be here with me, I think for the full 2 hours or for much of it. So you will not want to miss that. We still have some great guests coming up, including Eben Brown, who is in Broward County, Florida for day 3 of Recount 2018. He will be joining again as well. And Eben covering, obviously, the recount in Florida. We are now, let me get this math right, 8 days past the midterm elections 2018. And I will say, CNN actually did something interesting last night. I know our listeners will probably disagree with me, but they did sort of election night 2.0. They did a special coverage last night because so many races were called after election day. So many races are still, not so many, but a handful of races are still uncalled, right? So we don't necessarily know the outcome. And there's a lot to learn in the days of an election day that you don't actually learn on election night. not just with some of these recounts, of course, but with looking back at how the polling did, looking back at how our predictions did. Sometimes it's helpful to take a few days to step back and think about how well we did. And Guy and I think was it the day after the election or a couple days, went through some of our specific predictions. But, we've talked to folks who do polling a couple of times during the year leading up to the midterms, and they all sort of had a cautionary tale because we remember 2016. We remember how the polling was actually better at a state level than people thought after the fact. And Hillary Clinton, in many cases, performed sort of within the margin of error, but it felt to a lot of observers like everyone had been really wrong about that election. And so I think people were very cautious about polls this time around. One thing we did here at Fox News was develop this new voter analysis tool. We talked about it a lot on election night.
Hey, friends, welcome to Lines Live on the only network built by the players for the fans on a nice, cold, chilly night here in State College. Got the big dude, Stephen Davis. My name's Skip Rowers. We're expecting Jimmy, the Grizz, to be on with us here shortly. Yakovia and DJ Dozier as well tonight here talking some Penn State football, coming off of a really good win here last week. Much to my surprise and much to my happiness and Thanksgiving, Penn State came up with a big win, buddy. That was awesome. I mean, I did not expect it, brother. Did not expect it, but I am glad. What a win.
And nobody heard us, Skip, just saying, hey, buddy, I love you too much, And you know what? That's how they played. They played like they remembered that the community, the team, the tradition, we all love you too much not to do as well. But, I think that Skip, you can say that they decided to run the ball and do some other things. And that's it. Sometimes that's what it takes. It takes also leadership to ensure that they get this done as well. If people stick to the basics, even though at the end of the game, I happen to see they had a chance to put it away. Even after a fumble, looked like they were at least trying to make the game friendly, and then the next stop comes up with a big interception.
Yeah, that was a fantastic win, brother. I'll tell you, that was unexpected because let's face it, man, we had it handed to us last week. I mean, we had a shellacking, man. I have no way to put it. And I thought if we're playing ball like that, going in against last year's Big Ten champion, I have to say I don't think Wisconsin played up to what they were capable of playing Saturday, but that's okay too. I think they actually can play some better ball, but they certainly didn't play what I thought they'd be playing against Penn State coming in. Seeing what happened with Penn State in the films with Michigan, you would think that they would have just wanted to jump right on that and put it to us. But hey, man, that win is a win, and we need it, and it's going to help us get to a good bowl.
I think absolutely. I think that we need to keep moving on. And I think we do a good job. I think we take all angles, and I think that we've improved. And I think we have to take a look at just we can take a look at we could have been this, we could have been that, but let's move on and enjoy the game. Let's look at what's being done. I think that we're able to run the football, and that'll be, I think, the precursor to how we finish the season. If we're able to run the football like that, the defense is able to be encouraged, and I know Jimmy will probably someone later. I didn't get a chance to see the whole game. There's a bunch of things going on. But we see the different parts that I saw. The basics are there. The basics are there on defense. And whenever three senior starters on defense, it's got to get better on defense. I think those are the things to look at. And if I'm not mistaken, I think just about everyone around me comes back. I think Charles Ray is the only one for sure that is moving on. So we have some folks that are doing well. You just have to make sure you take care of basics and you can make the bigger things. Like this, we saw what he can do to control the football game. And, there's a lot to be taken from the Shalakin. So I will say the character that I saw and where I got out of the game is from the Shalakin, there's much to be taken from it. And then it's really getting back to some of the things you know you do. And when you're a really football team, it's going to take a while to do that. And I think that there's been some creative what's happening this year. That, hey, you really could do better at. But then there's another point that they surprise you, and being able to come back from a big loss, it shows a lot of maturity. So
it does.
Very happy. And they beat a good football team. They were thinking and what they were thinking. I think that the fact that you said that we may have issues in terms of whether we play to our potential and whether Wisconsin did. The whole thing is if we play to our potential, we're going to be tough in the Big Ten. I still think that when we look at how this year went, we also all good football teams. There's not a good football team, and we all other things that could have happened. All good football teams, we lost to the Cleveland either way. And we're a team that's 7-3 trying to find ourselves. So that's not bad. It isn't really all we want because, hey, we have really good football and other than what. It's more about what we want for the UGA. We want a lot for it, and we maybe have the coaching staff, we have the resources. We just have to get it done. And, I have to give it to the coaches for turning things around and providing the leadership around them. And Chase, understanding what he really is, and he's going to break records. I think he has broken, the touchdown record. He's bringing some more into these games. He'll really worried about what it's going to be to finish the season right now. What I'm hoping is that, regardless of what happens, as he gets to the bowl game and we don't see him being, I don't see a victim of this. I want to see what's going to happen in the next level, so I don't want to play the bowl game. I just hope and pray that it goes away.
That's not, he doesn't seem like that type of person, Stefan. My concern is him being able to play because, I went back and watched the game again, and I noticed his injury and the way his leg bent, and that was just, he's either got a strain or a tear, buddy. It's not looking good. But he's a tough guy, and hopefully it's just a strain. They can, wrap him up, ice him up, stim him, and get him ready for this week. But you could, if you've watched the injury on that play, it's his leg obviously didn't bend the right way when that happened. It was just, it was one of those fluke plays too, of all the ways for his leg to go, and you could see it, and it was just sad. And I hope nothing but the best for him, a speedy recovery, and hopefully nothing too serious. He's going to be able to get back in there. But regardless, either way, you're right. The coaches have prepared the guys next man up, and that's exactly what's been happening. And it's good to see them adapting, and the players is doing the same thing as well to overcome a hard hit loss like that from Michigan. And this past Saturday was, in a sense, our payback to Wisconsin, for the loss the year before. So, it goes back and forth like that. And, there's some, it's the thing that, we remember back from our Penn State with Joe, it's, he wants the consistency on both sides of the ball and special teams. And I think that's what this team struggled with a good bit this year is the consistency from the first of the year, struggling with teams that we shouldn't have, and not dominating teams we should have as well. There's just that consistency of play. But I think they're refining it, and it's been a refining process all season long. And I think as time goes on, they keep just getting better, which is a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody joined us. I'm not sure if it's either Jimmy, Yakov, or DJ.
Man, you already know it's Jimmy.
Hey, the Grizz.
17 going on, fellas.
Hey, man, how are you doing? We were talking.
No complaint. I'm a little behind. I just picked my son up from basketball practice.
How good? I'm
still growing, man. Got to see him play, man. Got to see him play. But I haven't said it, Steve, but I'll tell you what, we all have been talking about some old school football. So when I saw the rule, it reminded me kind of an old school Penn State rule. And I want to dedicate this show to old school hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
Games to the play. Games to the play. CG. Let's go.
All right.
Games to the play. Sorry about that. I couldn't resist.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, we were just talking about, the leadership and other things returning for a big loss. A lot of people don't think loss comes from a big loss and a devastating loss, and it's what it was. So we were just complimenting the coaches and the players and the folks, making big plays and the fact that the defense, we talked about, is still young. Offensive line is coming back with, with few runners and, we still have most of the wildlife back. It's going to be, like I said, we'll see how we can do things to the end of the season, how well we can do things to the big league. The last thing I'm very concerned about with Tristan Machine, it really was with me, what that's going to look like. And the question is, you probably know, Jimmy, is it working when we saw, when he really playing through something that's not so good? I'm hoping it's not as bad as what we saw,
I honestly think, obviously, none of us ever questioned Trace's toughness. No, not at all. Blue-collar guy, I actually think he's playing through something, but given that, if it wasn't his last year, he'll probably, he probably would sit it out or so on, rely on Tommy. But since it's his last year, he's up for so many awards and different stuff. I think he's trying to tough it out. I don't think it's like anything major like the ACL or something like that. But I can't remember in college if we did like tore all shots or anything like that. I know in the pros we did. But I think maybe he just like in the beginning of the game he looked well, So, but it wasn't until he tweaked it, so on that that he struggled slowed down just a little bit.
Jimmy, did you see the injury, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He it's a twist for sure, a strain.
Yeah. It's definitely a strain used when a guy fell on it and so on. So I definitely, I saw that. But like I was saying, it's thing about it, I feel if it wasn't his last year, that he probably would have set out and take some time just to make sure for heal for the long haul. Obviously, he's a great dude, and obviously we're all rooting for him, but I'm kind of glad it happened to a point, only because he was our only option.
Yeah.
So it's just like everything had to go through him, and it was just like, I didn't just want it to be like that, and obviously I thought Wisconsin was going to focus on shutting the run down, but, they went out there focusing on Trace. And Penn State, know that Trace is injured or so on, so they actually came with a serious run game. And it was like, it was like what I heard when I came on was it was like the Penn State of old. Watching those guys go out there. The defense played lights out, but because they weren't off the field, it wasn't on the field all day. It was like you can go out there and get some rest and go out there and actually have some decent numbers, and Penn State was controlling the time and possession. So that's what the game is about, this old school ball and so on, and then when you get a chance to get that home run shot, you go for it. But establish something first. Establish something first. Establish a run, establish the play action and so on, so we can actually have something to build off of.
Yeah, that's true. That's back to Jimmy, the old school philosophy, which is why I chose old school hip hop to do. But seriously, that's what I remember. I didn't want to be alone. I was a good person in 1980 football. We had him and we had DJ. You didn't realize DJ just wasn't making all big plays. We had Steve Clark, we had Steve Smith. Almost all those other guys. Eric Hamilton, somebody we never heard of. Eric Hamilton had a 4.68. Yeah.
Right. We
never dropped E-Rock. We never dropped passes.
Right. Well, we remember Timpson. We had Timmy Manoa too, man. Timmy was just like a lineman that could run.
Timmy, oh my gosh. Yeah, Timmy was great.
He's a monster.
But I think that's what it was in the sense that we have established what we can establish. Because if we can get that done, and you can do that, and I think Jimmy was saying this the week before, and you know it's coming, and you still can get it done there's a certain, that's the part that I think a lot of young coaches don't understand the psychology of that either. It's like, you look at high school as a dude, you can get that done, man. You can get in to put that on there. You can see Joe punch his six. When Joe can't put his six after a 5-yard game and walk away, that means we're getting it done. That means, hey, I know that there's no way in the world that can stop us, so we're good. And we can do it against Iowa. We were able to finish a football game like that against Iowa, man. When you get, I was like, man, I know it's not that good. It's his problem. But he started to win him, and he had the right people, man. I think the offensive line has got to remember that, too. And they've got to be programmed with less confusion as well. I think we were talking about that before, too, Jimmy. The less confusion you have, I think the better opportunities you're going to have on both sides of the ball. And to keep that football, to keep that defense over there, so they can get adequate rest. And, because I think a lot of those cats, they really go out there to make plays. But then, you got to make sure that the folks are ready to have that long series. Because they're resting. When they have a long series, they're good.
Yeah. When I was there this summer helping out, the focus that when I talked to the defense was, especially the defensive line, I was just like, here's what it is. But what I hear in you guys is everyone's talking about sacks. I said, do you guys want to lead the league in sacks? Do you guys want to lead the Big Ten in sacks and so on? And if that's the case, then, which everyone was agreeing, like, oh yeah, we want to do this, we want to do that. I said, if that's the case, you actually have to be great versus the run. And everybody's eyes got big. I said, because here's the thing is, you want to take the run away to make them one-dimensional so where they have to pass the ball. And when they pass the ball, and you have to pass the ball because they know they can't run against you, now you get on a sack frenzy. Right. So I feel it's the same thing with her offense. It's hard to really blame Coach Franklin and the staff and everything else on what's going on there. Because here's the reality is, obviously the changes that's going on in the NFL, the changes that's going on in college football, it's about points and so on, the BCS and different stuff and so on. They had to escape the traditional way of playing ball, ground and pound, and so on, and beating a Rutgers team or someone maybe 21-3 or whatever the case would be, because it doesn't look good in the polls. Because now you go 21-3, but then you look at Alabama play, whoever, and they put up basketball numbers, 60 points, whatever.
Yeah, that's a misconception. I'm with you, Jimmy. I actually use misconception about, and again, these are people who don't understand the game, what it is to dominate another team. Mm-hmm. I mean, looking back to Michigan, the first series, they didn't pass the ball. They just said, we're coming straight at you, and we're going to pound you with that run and force you to stop our run. And that to me shows that team's dominating. You could have a team that can run like Georgia Tech. They don't pass much, but they'll dominate a team with the run. And they may not get the high rankings because they're not blowing teams out, with, like you say, the basketball. But people don't understand what's successful football. And I think that's just the problem is you have a younger generation of people on these committees and things. They really don't understand the game, what it is to dominate and beat another team. So,
and that's why I was saying that we can't blame the coaches, because here's the thing is, people have won. Teams have won championships with less talent than what Penn State has. So I expected the coaches to go out this whole season to see if they can compete, to put up as much numbers as possible to have a chance to actually compete for a national championship. And since they were undefeated and so on right now, they still will probably be in, ranked number 6 or so on. They probably wouldn't be in the top 2,
Yeah, unless you're Notre Dame for whatever reason,
so that's what I said. And then remember last year I talked about how I always feel like Penn State always gets screwed, and it's always like favoritism for other teams and so on. But if Penn State was undefeated right now, then I don't believe they'll be in the top 5. I believe maybe number 5, possibly. Most likely 6.
Right.
And especially if we did it an old school traditional way where we just ground and pound and just, put up maybe, let's say, average like you know, maybe a consistent 24 to 27 points a game, but our defense is only giving up like 12 points a game.
Right.
You know, if it was just a close, hard-fought football game all the time, we already know that with the rules changing and everything else, that the offense putting up points is what's selling the tickets and everything else.
Yeah, people want it. So, hey, I heard somebody else chime in here. Was that Yakov or DJ? Is that Yakov or DJ?
I'm about to say wrong pause. That's Yakov.
He's trying to
wrong pause.
He's trying to push the.
Yo. Hey. Oh, yeah. I thought I was Yakov. Huh? Hey. Yo. Hey, fellas.
So he's super cover guy.
Why I heard the tone.
He covers it all.
Yeah, he does. I like his question. It's good. No, I heard the tone ding there, so I figured somebody was chiming in here with us. So
no, he's probably driving and lost his signal or something.
Oh, it could be.
What's up, Cole? What's good, baby?
Yeah, DJ.
No, this is DJ.
Oh, DJ. Hey.
Oh, DJ.
All right, glad you joined.
Oh, wow.
Glad you joined.
Today.
Hey, brother.
All right.
We're good.
How you doing, good brother?
Yeah, but
I'm enjoying this cold night out here in Arizona.
Oh, okay, now make us feel
Like, what is it, 68 degrees out there? My God.
It's actually 58.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, ooh.
Wow.
You have to break out.
I'm still sweatpants and flip-flops, though.
It's too loud for that.
You'd love it here. Guess what's happening tomorrow? We're getting 3 to 5 inches.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Remember the days we'd practice outside like that, man?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that'd be brutal. Yeah. Well, it was the first year we had the hula ball, but before that, outside and even on that old turf, it'd be like playing on a rock. So yeah, I'm sure you remember that, DJ, don't you?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I remember one of our first cold days, Timmy Johnson running into the locker room. Of course, he was from Florida. So he was ready for that one-way ticket back home.
He sure was. That's right. Y'all lived in West Hall. I remember that. That's kind of wild. I remember.
He wasn't trying to hear it, huh?
Nope.
Yeah,
I couldn't figure it out, man. I said, well, Jimmy, I said, Jimmy, what you doing coming up here? He said, man, I always run that guy, man. I'm being choked, man. It's so beat me in the face. You know, I was like, well, okay. I remember what you were doing. They called slapping him in the face. Wow, man.
Man.
That's wild. Hey, DJ, you have some thoughts from last week's game? Hey, by the way, congrats, you and Yakova picked Penn State here, and those other guys, we were on the downside of last week on that one. So, you share some of your thoughts, but takeaways from the game.
Yeah. So, what was interesting, and I think what's been interesting to watch this team this year is, there were parts throughout the game where it looked like, Penn State was dominating and would continue to move in that direction, or at least could. And it's just amazing, again, to compare this team to the teams we've seen in the last couple of years, because, even on this program, we talked about how Penn State, what they look like in the first half versus the second half. And this year has been rather strange. Instead of doing two different halves, it's like they keep flip-flopping throughout the game. You don't know which team's going to show up on which series. And it's got to be frustrating for I think the question is, how frustrating is that for the players? Or do they find it frustrating?
Hey, it's frustrating for me, man. They messed up my picks.
I know.
They make it hard.
That's a real issue.
Oh man, they make it hard, don't they?
Oh my goodness.
Because you try to get that. We were talking about that, Jude. Consistency. Remember, Joe was always about consistency wins ball games, and we just have not shown the consistency on either side of the ball throughout a whole game. You nailed it. You nailed it on the head. So share us from your book deciding to dominate. What would be the best takeaway and key to Penn State's success?
Well, number one, there were times when you guys will remember. I forget which game it was that we were playing, but Joe was extremely frustrated with the team, the entire team.
Yeah, the chickens out of prices. The chickens out of prices.
Oh yeah. Well, in this particular case, it was during halftime during the game. He walks into the locker room, and instead of saying something, or he walks in, he screams, he says, "You guys are a bunch of babies. This is not my team," and he walked out.
That was a good, I think.
And I believe Steph, the rest of the coaches walked out with him, so we were left in there by ourselves. I think this is one of these teams where, especially with a loss or two, and three now, they start to lose their identity. So sometimes the coach has to take a step back and let the team, at least the leaders on the team, decide who they're going to become. And, so we have to examine ourselves. We have to allow ourselves to be examined. We have to allow ourselves to be honest and allow others to be honest. And I think that's among the team, among the peers. You've got to allow yourselves to be assessed and say, look, what do we look like? What are we doing? Because there's no doubt in my mind, and again, we had a different experience when we were out there. Because we had, you look to your right, you look to your left, and everybody was on task, getting the job done, and holding each other to that level of accountability. You couldn't get by anything. So I think this is a good time, or maybe in the midseason, for the team to sort of look at itself. The coaches to back off, and a lot of the players look at themselves, assess themselves among themselves, and then decide what's going to happen on that tour on every Saturday.
Wow, DJ, that's an awesome insight. And folks, you're getting firsthand coaching tips here from DJ Dozier. He just came out with his book, Design to Dominate. DJ, tell us a little bit about your book and where people can find it.
Yeah, so it is available on Amazon.com or BarnesandNobles.com. As I mentioned before, they can go to the website decidetodominate.com and actually get a free chapter if they want, as long as they supply their email. And those are the 3 ways to get it. The reviews have been more than stellar from my perspective. I've had lunch and dinner with folks. I've been on the phone. I've gotten text messages. We're very excited with the reviews thus far.
Well, a long time in the works. I mean, it took you several years to compile all of this in a book, and it's great to hear. I can tell it's coming right from your soul when you share these things and these insights like this. How it resonates from my, I've known you for 30 plus years here now, and Stefan's known you, and we see this like, yeah, man, that's DJ. It's awesome when you're able to come on here like this and it just kind of spills forth out all over, brother, and I love it, man. This is great stuff. I appreciate what you share each week.
Well, listen, I appreciate the comments, and yeah, it did take over 3.5 years. It is and I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think everybody should go through the process of writing at least one book in their life. Because let's face it, if we look back at our own family, right? I mean, there are a lot of things that our kids may not hear about from our own families, our grandparents, unless it was written down, and so put it together, put a book together. But, just going through the process, I think, of writing a book and finishing it does something to a person.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start, man. We started with the family, but we can talk about all that later, but I know I did a podcast for my doctoral course, and it was, I had no idea that was the beginning of it. I don't know what it all means, and I forgot about the stuff that we're all talking about. I know Jimmy talked about upbringing and all the way to upbringing in New York to, coming into Penn State and becoming a ball player and then, learning how to hustle. Then Jimmy learned how to hustle in class. Little business going on, So, I just thought, man, those are the things these kids don't understand. And learn to be self-sufficient. They need to hear it from as many of us as possible.
Wow, excellent.
Absolutely. Right on, Steph. And I think that, having gone through a process like that, it increases your confidence, which in and of itself allows you to look at life and look at the world differently than you did before. The more our confidence increases, the more we are willing to step out there. There's a gentleman that I reflect within the book, and he's passed away at this point, but he used to teach his kids that the way you spell success is R-I-S-K, risk. And what's amazing is you look at his kids today, they're all grown, they're all thriving in business, have their own businesses, and and the reason they're in those positions is because they were never afraid to step out and do something different than what someone else to the right or to the left was doing.
It's crazy that you just touched on that, because I ended up calling a little bit late because my son, he's 6 foot, 12 years old, with size 13 shoe, and he loves playing basketball, but he never played organized basketball. So he made the team, obviously, being a 7th grader, but he doesn't know the game. He doesn't know it from he knows the basic rules from playing street ball and so on, but he's basically, he's breaking up on his jump shot. I had to actually give him encouragement, and that's why I didn't call in on time, because I was talking to him about him taking risks and not wanting to quit and just, working. And I explained to him how I was cut from my 7th and 8th grade football team. I told him that I never went to school my first 9th grade year, didn't want to play football and so on. And then my second 9th grade year, I started playing for my high school coach in Michigan play. I started playing, and I hated the game because it was like I didn't know the game. I didn't play football. I was already cut when I was younger, so I was like, man, I really don't like this game. And the reason why I didn't like it wasn't because I didn't know. I didn't like it because I was a freshman. I had seniors and juniors and people who've been playing the game since they was 5, 6 years old dominating me. So because I didn't know what I was doing out there, I was ready to quit because I didn't like being taken advantage every day, and I couldn't get them back. And in the rules of the sport, how about that? So I had to actually learn, and that's what I was trying to explain to my son, because when he came out of basketball practice, he had his head down and different stuff, and he's like, man, Dad, I don't want to quit. I was like, what's wrong? What do you mean? And I had to break everything down. I got cut 7th, 8th grade year, 9th grade didn't play. Went out there, seniors and juniors, people who can play this game was dominating me and so on. And I said, and then guess what? In the off season, I studied film, I watched stuff, and I got slightly better each practice and so on. I said, by the time my junior year came, and I was telling my Devin, by the time my junior year came, I was the #1 player in New York State. I said, now keep in mind, 2 years before that, I didn't even know football. I said, I didn't know the game. I said, I watched it like a fan here and there with my dad when he forced me to. I said, but I didn't know the game. So I was just breaking it down to him so he don't lose confidence and letting him know. My exact words to him was, listen, you want to go out there, you want to play this game. I'm not going to let you go out there and quit everything that you do. I said, push it through, go out there, keep fighting. I said, and if you don't like it, when you're on the sideline, don't go out there and just make the same mistake that the person in front of you made. Watch these players, watch and see what they do. I said, right now is the perfect time for you to learn the game and learn their weaknesses.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're right, Jimmy. You have to become basically you're saying you got to become a student of the game. You got to become a student of the game. You got to become a student of your position, and you got to be like a sponge and just take it all in. You know, I in my life I played baseball and football and a lot of different positions, but you know, to become the best, you do make that decision where, hey, you know, I want to be the best, and I'm going to work really hard and do what it takes to make it happen. And that's when you become that student and you just study it, you study it, you study it. Always try. You just can't get enough of learning how to become the best at what you do. And that's I think those are the keys to success. You know, I think everybody who comes up to Penn State, at least I know from our time there 30 plus years ago, that everybody there was probably like a real type A type of person. We were good. Everybody was a go-getter. Nobody was satisfied. You know, I went back, it was close to 20 years later. I stopped up at a practice and I saw a guy. He was on the team. He's one of the punters and kickers. And this kid, I all but wanted to kick him off the team myself. He was just satisfied with just being on the team. And I was like, look, dude, if you don't have it within you and that determination to want to be the person out there starting, you're just taking up space on a roster and you shouldn't be here, you know, because everybody's attitude should be that I want to be the guy out there playing. And I'm going to do what it takes. And I realize there's guys who have experience. There's other guys who are working just as hard. But we all have that desire to when our number is called, to be the man out there playing the game. And if you do not have that from within you, and we've known guys like this who've come to school, they've got the ride, and they're coasting. You see them at practice. You see them in the weight room. They're there just schluffling along because their heart's not in it. You got to have guys where it comes from within, that they have that internal wherewithal, that just have that passion for it. They play with the heart, and that's what we need. You know, we need athletes like that at Penn State. And I know that you're trying to cultivate within your son, Jimmy. And I know you're doing it. You've given him the insights to it. He's going to be a great athlete. I know it because it's in his genes, and he's learning it from you, because you've overcome the first obstacle of talking to him about you know, what it is to not want to quit, and that there's more to it than just meets the eye. And how many other parents don't love their kids enough to give their kids that insight? But you've done that, you know, and that's awesome, brother. So I can't wait to hear about great things. I'll see your kid in either an NBA or an NFL, one or the other.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure that's the same with your son, DJ. I mean, your son's, this is his first year out there playing you know, football.
Yeah, no, it's funny that Jimmy, that you brought up that, because literally 2 hours ago I was having a similar conversation with my son, who's 13 and 6 foot tall, and you know, I think we all go through it at that age, but our kids are dealing with a heck of a lot more than we did. No, we had to when we were that age. And what's interesting is the great thing is as a father is when seeing your child, son or daughter, respond when you give them some feedback, and you know, reminding them that, like you said, you know, reminding your son to fight. You know, the bottom line is we got to teach them that adversity is part of the course. It's more. It is what it is. You're going to have to get up. You're going to have to climb a mountain. You know, to get there. It's not going to be easy, but you got to realize that you have the ability. I just sat there for 10 minutes reminding my son that he has a tremendous amount of ability, because he didn't want to go out for the basketball team. They just finished football. He didn't want to go out. And I reminded him of what happened when he was in a foul shooting contest, and how he turned it on, and how he refused to lose. And when he was reminded of that mindset, 15 minutes later he said, "Hey, Dad, can we go outside and play catch?" In the dark.
Yeah. That's great.
In the dark.
That's awesome, man.
And I could have very easily said, "No, it's too cold, it's too dark." But we went out there, and we played catch for 15 minutes. And, you know, so those moments are precious. They're priceless, they're precious. And, you know, Jimmy, I think exactly what Skip said, what you said, you know, and the way we attack those type of situations for our kids. You know, my dad did the same thing growing up. You know, my dad was there. Thank God are here and have the ability to share with them from our own experiences and give them something that can take them to the next level.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. That's some serious coaching tips out there. Hopefully, there's some people out there listening and they can pass this on because sadly today parents aren't putting that time in like they should with their kids to give them what they need. So let's hope that all this can be used for somebody's good and God's glory here. Hey, let's transition over here, guys. We're going to recap last week and talk about this week here in our last few minutes here of our program. It's fastest hour in college football. We have looking at back at week 11. Hard to week, man. This season goes by so fast. 11 weeks ago. It was just like yesterday. Week 11 here, we came in with Jimmy and myself and DJ picked Andy, and of course Stefan and Yakov picked Ireland. But I still don't know. It was quite a game there, but Indiana came out on top of that one. Nebraska, we got Nebraska. We were all right on top of that one. Here's what it threw most of us, except for DJ and Yakov. And I could DJ, you weren't here last week, but I couldn't understand why you picked Northwestern because I figured Iowa was going to win that game. And all of a sudden, it's like Northwestern has just turned themselves totally around. So we missed that one. What made you pick Northwestern last week, DJ?
Well, for me, I identified the coach and his attitude and his approach to the game. I mean, right now, in my opinion, he has a championship mentality. Of course, he's not thinking Northwestern of old. I mean, he's thinking, hey, look, we're the Big Ten. We're going to fight for a position at the top. And, that along with the way they've been playing, very consistent football, at least from what I've seen. And I figured that, they had a chance to beat these guys.
Well, they did. They beat Iowa. We all missed last week Purdue and Minnesota. I figured Purdue was going to beat Minnesota. Minnesota blew out Purdue. I didn't expect that because
that was pretty ugly too. Wow,
it was 40 years.
I didn't think that.
Yeah, I mean they dominated those guys. It was inconsistency. And we all got Michigan and Rutgers. That wasn't hard. We all got Ohio.
Yeah.
And of course, 3 of us blew it with Penn State except for DJ and Yakov. So they got Penn State. We picked Penn State to lose, DJ, because we didn't think it was going to happen. But man, great win for us. So looking at last week, the one person who only missed one was DJ. He's 6-1 last week, only missing Purdue.
Man,
dominating the picks there.
You're better with age.
And Jimmy, you'll like this one. Yakov came in at 5-2, so he was second.
Man,
yeah. And then you and I were third, and Stefan, man, that was one of your worst weeks. You were 3-4.
Oh man, but that's cool though. Stefan know that I was coming for that second place spot.
Well, yeah. So breaking it all down here, and we're looking at this here. It's only one away. Right now. I got most of the picks at 64 and 25, and Stefan and Jimmy are tied now at 63 and 26, and Yakov's 62. He picked up those last week, 62 and 28. So we're all neck and neck in a couple games. So
came back. Okay.
And
he's right on the tail, man.
And I didn't get the chance. I didn't get a chance to work the statistics backwards, Jimmy, to see the percent or DJ to see the percentage. So. But you seem to be kind of right in stride there. It's close to us. Maybe next week or I'll be able to run some stats to see percentage-wise how close we are all together with our picks. But moving ahead here to week 12, we have starting out this week here, and for whatever reason we missed Yakov tonight. I hope he's okay. I'll have to pick up his picks here. You see what's going to happen, Jimmy? He's going to listen to our show online.
That's what it is. You already know that.
That's how he's going to go. He'll text me. He says, "Oh man, I picked that one."
He's online listening. He's online listening, laughing right now.
Oh wow!
We love you, Yakov. We miss you, buddy. We hope you're okay. And I know you'll text me your picks, but don't go ahead and listen to us what we're doing. You got to give us some fresh stuff, all right, buddy? Here we go. Northwestern and Minnesota. maybe I should ask it this way: who would pick Minnesota?
Northwestern, Minnesota. I'm going Northwestern.
Yeah, a good football game.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about a good football game, but I think Northwestern was. Let me just say this. DJ references the coach of Northwestern. I referenced the coach of Minnesota with the Colorado. I mean, I thought he was too much of a rah-rah guy and all that stuff, man. And, you know, Mr. Green Jeans from Mr. Green Jeans from Kentucky. Kangaroo wasn't coach behind me a little bit. But, you know, I thought maybe, hey, man, you got to stop with the 6 schools. Y'all are getting smashed over there every week. They really come on. I think that's that coach's school. Them not going to get fired. Well, I think Northwestern.
Okay. DJ, you it's Northwestern on that one? DJ, your thoughts on Northwestern with Minnesota?
No, I agree 100% with Steph. I mean, I think it's going to be a great game. Definitely one to watch. But I think Northwestern continues their move toward the top, or at least hold them to that position.
Yeah, that's right. The number one in the West. Right about that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, they're in a decent position for that. Well, our next one up is Michigan State and Nebraska. I don't think anybody's picking Nebraska. Should I just skip over that one pretty fast?
Well, I'm going Nebraska.
Oh, you're kidding me. Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm putting you down.
You just way out there, man. I want to figure out
what you are joking, Jimmy, right?
No, I'm dead serious. I'm going Nebraska.
Okay, I got you down for Nebraska. Stefan, what do you got in that one?
Nebraska's starting to find their identity. They're starting to understand what their coach wants.
Yeah, but they're
playing. So I like their chances.
Yeah, but they're playing Michigan State, man.
I can't go that. Yeah, but you know something again, good football game. I think Michigan State wins.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're looking at some good football, a lot of good football games this week. But
I think Michigan. I think their injuries is catching up to them too.
Well, all right. Okay. All right. Hey, DJ, what are your thoughts on that one?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm not picking Nebraska.
Okay. All right. Well, Jimmy's still alone. Maybe Yakov will choose that one too. You never know. Here we got this one here, and of course we know we'll miss Yakov on this one, but we got Iowa and Illinois. Is anyone going to
Coach Grady. Sorry, brother. Coach Grady. It's a half hours. I mean, I'm disappointed in who we were this year, but I think we're doing enough to win this game. I won't take half hours.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave that one open for Yakov. And nobody's going to pick DJ. You don't want Iowa, or you don't want Illinois, do you?
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you know, I'm.
Jimmy, do you want to?
No.
You going to go?
No, no, not with them.
Well, this one will be it won't be much for game either. I don't think it'll be Ohio and Maryland.
I'm on. You said Ohio and Maryland?
Yes.
Ohio.
Is it Ohio?
I'm gonna go. I might go Ohio.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna go Maryland though on that one.
Is that what you're picking?
It's at Maryland, right?
It's at Maryland, but it's
Ohio. So I'm gonna go Maryland. I'm gonna say they ain't gonna let that happen.
Wow. Okay. Stefan, what do you think on that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Mid-American Conference or whatever it's called now, All-American Conference, top teams that we can play with, they're not going to get Maryland there. I think Maryland is in their stride for what they can get it for. They do have a couple of big injuries. I know their quarterback, he gets hurt all the time. Cassini. I'm 11, man. We got Joe Brad 2 years ago. They still get about that again. Well, we'll take Maryland with the backup number 3. even though we end up taking the game in his own hands, and we end up with the defense.
Wow. Okay.
I'll take Maryland.
You're going to take Maryland? Really?
Yeah. Now, hold on. Let me show you. Ohio University, correct?
No, Ohio State. Ohio State.
That's not what you said.
Yes.
Yeah, I said Ohio like 3 different times. That's why I was like, Ohio? I'm like,
No. Ohio State.
Yeah, you can't.
That's all I'm thinking. I am not taking Maryland over Ohio.
Yeah, why would I go? Man, come on.
Ohio.
Yeah. I don't know.
And you heard me mention that. Everybody got quiet when I said to the American.
No, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, hold up, Ohio. I was just like, man,
no,
there's no way.
This is the Big Ten.
And we also Ohio, so
okay. We'll give you a redo. We'll give you a redo on that one. But I'm telling you now. Yeah. Don't come back.
Hey, how do information go? Man. Come on, man.
Okay. Ohio State, OSU. All right.
Ohio
Buckeyes.
Yeah, you didn't even ask them. You should have just said who's taking Maryland.
Yeah, come on. You could suspect, man.
My bad. I apologize. Okay. Ohio State, the Buckeyes.
You didn't have
all right. Now, is anybody going to take Maryland knowing that they're playing Ohio State, as in the Buckeyes?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Okay.
No, you can't get us on that one, folks.
I'm not trying to get you on any of them, all right? Hey, we got Wisconsin and Purdue. It's a tough pick.
Wow. I don't know about this one. I mean, man, I really don't know because it all depends on what Purdue team steps up and show up.
Hey, well, I'll go out and Jimmy. I'll pick first this time. I'm picking Purdue on this one over Wisconsin.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think I'll take Wisconsin. I think Taylor. Taylor having a good game because you know he's nothing. You know, he's a tough kid. He's a South Jersey kid. He's only sophomore, but they need more than that. I think Wisconsin may pull this game out in a close game.
Wow.
I'm going to go with Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah, because I saw the way they played Penn State, and I was not impressed. And I saw the way Purdue's played other teams this year, and I'm thinking, I think Purdue's going to get this one. That's when.
Yeah, it's a good pick, and it's a hard one. Purdue's not playing that great right now anyway.
No, they were a disappointment last week. Yeah, last week is a huge disappointment, and I couldn't understand it. The week before, though, man, they had it turned on. So I'm.
They played the best football.
They did well, it's at Purdue, so I went with Purdue on this one. Jimmy, what do you think?
Well,
go ahead, Stefan. Go ahead.
No. I was saying, wow, so this is a tough game. No, it's okay.
It is a tough game. Do you still want to stick with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Jimmy?
I'm going to go Purdue.
All right. And DJ?
I have my reasons. I'm not just copying you, Skip.
I think you're trying to keep up.
No, it's not that. I'm actually thinking that don't get me wrong, I know Penn State has the potential to run the ball, but they haven't been running the ball throughout the season and consistently, and to see Miles Sanders have the type of success he had with them running the ball, like our offensive line was just dominating that defensive line. It wasn't even close. Like it was embarrassing actually. So I think to see what number 4, the running back at Purdue and so on, like to see him, he's tough. Yeah, so I think he could have a Miles Sanders kind of day, and that's why I'm going Purdue, whether it was at Purdue or at the other spot.
Okay.
Well, that's your W for some freshman year or something. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
Yeah, because I think even if he was in Wisconsin, the way that defensive line played, now, if they could fix that, I still think the guy is going to, all that offensive Russians going to have success versus that defense.
And I owe an apology here, guys. I missed our hard break, so I need to say this real quick. Folks, you're listening to AM 970 WBLF and a 106.3 FM as well. On the FM AM dials, WBLF, folks. So that's our big station ID break here. I missed the cue when it came up, but I got the word out there. So the FCC people won't be all mad at us. So apologize about that. Talking Penn State football here on Lions Live. And Jimmy just gave us his pick here, Purdue, and we're waiting to hear DJ's choice with Wisconsin and Purdue.
You forgot to say this is not a podcast, man.
Well, that's right. This program is not a podcast, and we're not pre-recorded. It's built by the players to the fans.
There you go.
On the Forever Lions Network. All right. Go ahead, DJ.
So what stadium they playing in?
We're at Purdue.
Who's got it? In Purdue?
At Purdue.
At Purdue? Wow. Well, I'll go with Purdue as well. I think this is a tough one.
It is. It's
That's a real tough one.
I mean, this is a coin toss here.
It'd be a good game to watch.
I'll pick Purdue.
All right. Well, here we go with next to last year. We got Indiana and Michigan.
Oh, Skip, who did you pick? I don't know who you picking.
I picked Purdue. I led off. Remember, I'm picking Purdue. Yep.
Okay, you must have sneaked that in there.
No, I didn't. I've been prompting everybody else to pick. So I figure I'll take the lead on this one. I'll pick.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm just sitting back here and waiting to see what you guys pick. So
Waiting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's doing, saying you pushing buttons.
No. I'm not doing it your coach. I'm not asking Alexia.
Oh, wow.
Jimmy last year, I'll he's telling you, coach, he'd take forever to get his picks. He'd say, "Hey, were you asking Alexia?"
Man.
You remember that, Jimmy?
Wow. Yeah, I remember that. He hit the mute button and then asked away, Alexa, what's the score? Come on, Cole.
We love you, Cove, man. We got to get your picks in here, buddy. All right.
Who you got, Skip?
For Indiana, Michigan. Oh, that's Michigan.
Yeah.
All the way.
Everybody Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we're all in it then. Of course, then we come up Penn State Rutgers, and I really don't think anybody's going to pick Rutgers on this one. So we guess we'd maybe get some scores.
I still think it might be, if they play the way they played last week, they should dominate. But
they should. Penn State should win this game handily. But let's hope that consistency keeps getting built upon. So I'm picking Penn State. I got them at 28-17. It's not going to be a big blowout because here's what I'm thinking. See, I think Trace is going to see a little bit more limited action than he was because I think they want to try to get. They're going to let him start. But I think you're going to see him cycle in and out more because I think they're going to try to give more time to try to get that knee recovered here and strengthened back up again because we got another game yet and a bowl game.
Yep.
That's just my thought. So I don't think we're going to blow them out. I think we're going to win decisively, and we will have time of possession. We're going to have a good run game. I just don't see it being a big high scoring game because I don't think he's going to be running the ball as much as we normally see him. That's why I picked 28-17.
I'm going 32-13.
Okay.
Penn State.
Yep. Stephen, DJ, got some numbers. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking a couple of field goals with this just last skip. I'm going to go 34-16.
All right. Okay. And DJ?
Penn State.
Yeah. DJ?
Yeah, I go with Penn State 31-14.
31. Okay, that's a solid score. Yeah, I can see that. Good calls. Well, we missed you, Cove, tonight. Again, I hope he's all right. I'm sure he'll look online and get our scores and our picks and give us his. But I hope he's okay here. Hopefully, we'll be back here next week. Man, guys, it's been 12 weeks. It's been flying by. More fun than we should be allowed to have. It's a highlight of my week. I love you guys. It's been a lot of fun. We'll come back here and we'll pick it up again next week and go from there. Man, this is just been a blast. So you enjoy your warm weather out there, Jimmy. You make us feel bad. Maybe what are your thoughts on Penn State picking up a bowl game out your way?
Hey, they had it last year. They had a good time out here. So, I would like to see them go somewhere else, though. I mean, I think out here at Fiesta Bowl, they do an amazing job out there. Obviously, they got some beautiful rings, some great hardware and stuff. So, I just want to see. I want them to go somewhere else just for the experience. It's great for the new guys, but for older guys, they were already here last year. I just want to say, yeah, we went to this bowl, that bowl, and so on.
Bounce around to some different ones. Yeah, I could see them playing in a Citrus or something like that this year, or Outback, something on New Year's Day like that. But there's one bowl that plays down in Jamaica, and I can't remember which one that is, but that'd be a pretty cool trip. Is there a bowl game out in Hawaii this year? Is that the low
Hawaii Bowl would be but I don't think that's New Year's.
No, it's not. No, but I mean,
that might be before Christmas.
Well, it is, but it's a nice trip, though. I mean, you're talking about a nice trip for your team.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking that, you're not no championships involved, things like that. If you want to talk vacation,
but you know what? Skip, you can cut. You know, pointed Dr. Bowling days, man. Come on, man. Yeah, man. There's a lot. Yo, man, they took me to show the whole camera. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the whole stadium. Because 3/4 of it is people don't go 49 anymore, man.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
yeah.
I think the one bowl game everybody wants to avoid going to, and I don't know how they keep funding it, is that Pinstripe Bowl, man. Who's going to play out there and -5?
I went to one where you cross the car. So let me tell you something. The weather wasn't that bad. It was about 51 degrees. So it wasn't that bad. Let me tell you something. Most of the stadium was full when we were in the car. Yeah.
Well, Penn State travels well. We travel well. And then other teams do too. But I mean, I can tell you, man, you turn that temperature down by 40 degrees, and you're like you'll be hearing crickets in the winter. At a game like
that. No, we have 51 degrees right now.
We're 37 here.
Yeah, it's nice and chilly. Hey, I appreciate you guys much, and we can't wait till we get it again next week. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Anybody have any keys to the game they want to talk about real quick? We can wrap this show up this week.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Well, we'll call it a quits, man. I think we've covered a lot tonight. It's been a great show. So
I would just say keep playing with that football.
Yeah. Run.
Keep playing with defense. Keep playing forward. The last thing I want to say is I want to just give a shout out to the 3 defensive leaders on there. Hanging and what they got to do. I'm listening. You have Nick Scott, and you have who's the third one? Is it
Parsons or Michael?
Okay. Sharif Fowler. Sharif,
yeah. Everyone think he might leave, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's one of those guys behind him there. Hopefully we build something for the future with the 26 or so freshmen at the agency. That's you no longer freshman. Let's keep going.
Sounds real good. Hey, and DJ, you have your deciding to dominate tip for the week for Penn State.
I'm sorry, Skip. I couldn't hear you.
Do you have a decisive deciding to dominate tip for Penn State this week?
You said
do you have
what for Penn State?
Yeah, for Penn State, if you're going to decide to dominate, what's it going to be this week?
Well, I think it's cut and dry. I mean, we've said it earlier. Skip, you said it yourself. They got to find that stream where they're going to need to be consistent. I mean, it's a little bit easier to do it against a team like the Rutgers, but you never know. So either way, you got to find a way to be consistent and prove that you can do it, and hopefully lead the way into the last game and then to the bowl game.
Outstanding. Well said. Well, folks, it's been a lot of fun here. More fun than we should ever be allowed to have. So on behalf of the Grizz, Jimmy Kennedy, the big dude, Stephen Davis, the great DJ Dozier, we miss you, Cove. Israel, my name's Skip Drellis. Thanks for joining us here on Lions Live. We'll catch you back here next week with a Penn State win. Have a great night. Lord bless you, keep you, and make his face shine upon you. We'll catch you then. That's a wrap, guys. Good job.
Hey, still hip hop.
All right.
That's the Squeaky Joint.
All right, we'll return you back to our regularly scheduled program. All right. That's a wrap.
In October, a few weeks ago, she gave an interview to ABC where I think she tipped her hand a little bit about how she weighs in on staffing changes, and it contains some very interesting tidbits. In cut 3, let's listen.
Sources have told us, sources in the White House, that you are the gatekeeper, that you tell him who he can trust